Hello, this is a channeled reading meant to find you whenever it finds you. So the tarot cards we have are Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay, so they're showing me that you're going to have a figurative journey with someone in the near future. This can be romantic, but I also see this as platonic too. I see that you're deepening your relationship with someone further, and it looks like an adventure. And the whole point is that all of this teaches you something about your emotional depth and this other person's emotional depth. So to those of you in committed relationships already, I do see this as you and your partner. To those of you who are single, this is more likely a friendship, but it could also be someone new, a new romantic interest that you know of, but you haven't actually engaged too deeply with. Like, this might be the start of you two dating, or the start of something new, something fresh. Two of Cups. Okay, it's very popular for tarot readers to read this as like lovers, but when I look at these two, it honestly feels more like friendship. And to be clear, lovers should be some type of friendship as well. There needs to be a level of being friendly with each other, obviously, for a good relationship. With the Ace of Wands, though, this implies that there's something new occurring here, either a new depth, or this might actually genuinely be a new budding romance if you are single. Now, I want to see where this is going, or where you both are going, but we'll move this along, going from the order of the cards that I picked up. So we'll ask, Spirit, can you tell me a little bit more about the Two of Cups? Why is the Two of Cups here? Oh, I believe I have 3 cards that fell down. In order, they are the Lovers, 4 of Pentacles, and the Magician. Okay, I know I said earlier that this feels more platonic than romantic, but with the Lovers coming up here, maybe you manifested this intentionally to be a romantic kind of love as well. To be clear, I do think that you can love your friends, and that you should have a certain type of love for your friends. Not even necessarily romantic or sexual, just, you love your friends. The same way that you love family. So the thing that I'm seeing majorly is that it's like you're intentionally starting a new chapter with whomever this is. If you are single, this is somebody that you're just starting to get to know, or perhaps somebody that you're familiar with. Gosh, so whatever this newness is, it's weird because it feels both new and familiar at the same time. It feels like either somebody that you have been friends with for quite a while, or as you're starting to talk, it feels like there's this nostalgic feeling, like you've talked to them for quite a long time. And for people who are in relationships, this is telling me that this is like a higher level of commitment. This is telling me that like you're ready to do some major step together. I wanted to say marriage first, but that feels quite extreme. It could just be that you're trusting yourself and each other more with the vulnerable aspects of yourself. So if you are in a relationship, I feel like this is you having more serious and honest conversations with your partner, and it turning out it turning out that you're able to talk about things that have a lot of meaning or value to you. And if you are single, you're having a deep, honest connection with someone, and it feels like you're showing them the deeper parts of you on an emotional sense. And it feels like if you are a single person, this is somebody that you've conjured. Maybe you did an actual spell or ceremony to call them in, but it feels like this is somebody with qualities that you're looking for, and it feels like almost miraculous or like magic. They showed up and they happen to have a lot of qualities that you enjoy. And I see you taking this slowly or with like reservation, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think that it might help you because instead of going at it so quickly, you're actually being grounded in your approach. So I want to ask now a bit more about the Ace of Wands. Spirit, can you show me why the Ace of Wands is here? So we got the Emperor, King of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles. I heard that this is coming to you because you've shown the universe or the world that you're ready for this new beginning. With the Emperor as the first card, I do like the symbolism regarding Aries energy is showing up really strongly in my mind's eye. It feels very like fresh, and it feels like you're approaching this relationship, this next level of whatever it is, in a way that you haven't before. And even though it's unfamiliar, it does feel more secure. It feels more like you're ready to handle it. And there's like a lot you can obtain from this. Regarding this journey that I'm seeing, like it could very well be more of an emotional journey than a physical one. This journey, I guess, in terms of navigating this relationship, it isn't just about the relationship with them. It's a relationship with yourself and your understanding of who you are, especially in terms of commitment, in terms of relationship dynamics with other people. This is really showing you what you want, what you're willing to compromise, and what values you stand for and what you don't want to compromise on. I think that you realize that this is an important discussion to have, whether it's the current phase of your relationship or whether this is this new partner. You're being asked to be open to discussing it because things might be more playful than you're anticipating. And it looks like there's something about entertaining this conversation, entertaining this journey that helps you out in the long run. So we'll ask for clarification on that last card. Spirit, can you tell me why the Chariot is here? I keep hearing internally, am I ready to be loved? Like that Lizzo song. So the cards we have are Knight of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Hierophant. With these three, I feel like this journey, this figurative journey, is treading territory that you're not familiar with and you're anxious about how it could turn out. But I do think that things will actually turn out better than you're thinking of. Nine of Swords in the middle, this to me is the card of anxiety. Pair that with the Knight of Wands, this feels like, it just feels so unfamiliar, and I feel like the reason why you're anxious isn't because it will not turn out the way you want it to, it's because you've never had to have this type of discussion before. With Hierophant here, I do think that this is a lot of this discussion, a lot of this adventure is about understanding boundaries, understanding compromise. So whether this is an emotional journey or like a real life physical one, this is talking about understanding how you operate in this dynamic and how you both work together as a pair. So let's say if you are in a new relationship and this is both of you going out to dinner for the first time. Maybe this is you understanding what it's like to split the bill, whether one of you pays or both of you pays, or how much time you'd like to spend at the restaurant. Just minor things like this. It could be in any type of situation, but I do feel like it stirs up deeper philosophical thought within you and within them as well. And you're being encouraged to approach this from a lens of fun, or from a lens of, the word I want to use is bounty, knowing that there are plenty of options out there. Not necessarily in terms of relationship, but even just in terms of compromise or how you want to work things out with this other person. There's a lot of conversation that is stimulating to be had, and you shouldn't be afraid of it. So this is everything that I'm seeing for this reading. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Until next time, bye-bye.